Welcome to Book Bingers, the podcast where two best friends talk about books, book boyfriends, wingspans, anything that comes into our mind. But this week, it's all about holiday books. I'm so excited. Goodbye, Halloween. Hello, Christmas.
My brain has been there for a little while now.
Bye. Booyah. We're here, and I've already been reading all the holiday things. I'm in the mood. And when you don't live in a wintry state, you got to get it somewhere else.
Absolutely.
And so I escaped.
Between the pages of a book. Makes sense.
Correct. And there's nothing better than a rom-com. Give me Hallmark in a book.
Absolutely.
All day. All
Especially
day
this
long.
time of year. I feel like the cornier, the better.
Give me the cheesy. Like, this is your time to go for it, and I don't care. I do not care. For example, I think my favorite holiday book of the entire season so far has been the cheesiest one.
Absolutely.
I think we're on the same page here.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's just start with our queen.
Yeah.
Meghan Quinn. Oh my God. She can do no wrong in
How
general.
My Neighbor Stole Christmas is a Grinch retelling.
And like, legitimately, when I tell you, it made me so happy to be like, oh, her name is, like, there's a Martha, there's a May.
I know.
Like, his name is Cole
There's
Black.
the Whovier.
It's
Like,
so good. The town of Kringletown, like,
if you like the Grinch.
and like her aunt is like Cindy Lou. Like,
So cute. Oh my God.
I can't. It's fantastic. It's a Grinch retelling, but it is a very like enemies to lovers. It is spicy.
Very spicy.
There are things done with a candy cane that made me blush. Like,
I won't look at candy canes the same way for a
no,
while.
especially
No.
like, and like they're pineapple flavored. So use your imagination with what we're doing with this.
Yeah.
It was so good. It's like a Christmas competition.
Yes.
Very much like in How the Grinch Stole Christmas. You know, they're trying to be the most Christmas spirit. And there's, I believe, 5 people entered into the competition. And it is very much a like wanting to one up the other. Neither one wants them to win. They're across the street from each other. There's
sabotage.
There's sabotage. They were childhood
fake
friends.
dating.
The fake dating gets me every time. But when I tell you, get the actual book copy because there's pictures. Also, I listened to the audio and it's one of the best audios. Okay? Like, so good if you're an audio person. You're going to love this. I was laughing so hard.
She no one does a small town better than Meghan Quinn, and then you add Christmas and you add the Grinch on top of it.
There's nothing more embarrassing than being in public when I'm reading Meghan Quinn.
This is not
This is not, because I am actually laughing out loud. Like, alone. Do you know how crazy that looks when someone's laughing by themselves reading a book? Like, that's me. It's so good. That's my number one pick of the season before we just move on to these other ones.
Yeah, and she is at this point a 2-week New York Times best-selling author right now.
I mean, and we're not even like, we're just dipping our toe into the holiday season.
So if you haven't gotten it yet, go to, like, I think the Walmart edition and the Barnes & Noble edition have extra
and there's different
illustrations.
colors.
There's different colors.
Yes, I got one that came with like special inserts and like page overlays. They're spicy overlays. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, she's my best pick she's my number one pick.
Absolutely.
Of the
if
Christmas
you have
season.
a book on your list, it should be this one.
But like, speaking of Meghan Quinn, she did also write a few years ago another Christmas book called Resting Scrooge Face. Now this one is like super short. It's like 80 pages.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I wouldn't even say
story.
novella. It's like a short story. It's super quick, super fun read. Pen pal. Both of them writing about how much they hate Christmas, but not knowing that it's each other, and they had dated back in the day, broke each other's heart.
Man.
And here we are back getting together. So if you're someone that wants like a short read, this is it for you.
And that's on Kindle Unlimited.
It's on Kindle Unlimited. I want to say
download it.
Everything by Meghan Quinn is on Kindle Unlimited.
I think so.
So download it.
Who
It's
knows?
like you could finish it in 2 hours, kind of a thing. Like, great.
Nice little palate cleanser.
Nice little palate cleanser. And for people that don't have the time to read thick things, or they just want
You want just a little dose of Christmas.
a little little splash.
Yeah.
And it's got all the Meghan Quinn, like, funny to it.
Yeah.
So, perfect. Okay, let's move on.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. In a Holidays by Christina
Oh,
Lauren.
my gosh.
It's another
I
good one.
loved this book so much. This is so cute. This
It's
is a
really
Groundhog Day retelling. So she goes through Christmas. Her family gets together at a cabin every year, like all the different families. And she has like kind of a Christmas disaster. And so on the way home, she had heard some bad news. She's currently wishing that she just could find what makes her happy as they get in a car accident. And so she wakes up on the plane starting her Christmas trip over again. And she's like, what is going on? And just like in Groundhog's Day, like she kind of keeps like dying and having to come back and start the holiday over again until she figures out what and who makes her happy. Mm-hmm. I mean, she knows who she's been in love with the whole time, but does he have feelings for her? I don't know. But eventually you die so many times and come back that you're like, I might as well go for it.
Yeah.
And then, you know.
And lo and behold.
Yeah, lo and behold,
Yeah.
maybe he has feelings for her too. Another one that's really cute, really funny. I did the audio of this one.
Christina Lauren is
really proud of myself. Who is she?
an audiobook girl now?
She is on, if you have Spotify, like the premium Spotify, there's a lot of audiobooks included in that. And this was one of them that was not available on Kindle Unlimited, but was available on my Spotify. So I was like, okay, let me do it.
Yeah, why not?
Highly recommend. No spice. Well, like off-page spice. Kissing and then like off-page stuff. But this was like really good. It's really cozy. Yeah. Everything I wanted.
Yeah. The next one I have on here is one that's on my list to be read. I have not read it yet. It came out in October. It's called All I Want Is You by Fallon Ballard. And I feel like I read one of her other books and liked it. So why not continue the trend? So this follows two romance writers and exes, and they find themselves snowed in a remote inn with just one bed.
You can do no wrong. I'm not even kidding if I say you put one bed and it being cold and you have to use each other for heat.
Yeah.
Done. I'm it.
You might as well just, if you're going to talk about
if
that
we're going to talk about that, we might as well throw an oldie but a goodie. And when I say old, I mean
it just got re-released.
Stop.
With
Is there a new cover? Oh, that makes me so happy because the cover
and I think a sprayed edge.
Rough.
Yeah.
I loved this, but I think I kind of forced you to read this last year.
I didn't mind it.
This is like when I say like the way that romance used to be done, it's not how it is now. Yeah. So it's not like the spice level that like we're used to now. But it does take place over Christmas, and it's two best friends that have feelings for each other that obviously don't want to admit they have feelings for each other, but dual point of view. And they get stuck, they get snowed in, and they literally do have to use each other for warmth. Because they were sabotaged, and their heat, doesn't work. It's just
it was a little bit, a touch of violence that I wasn't expecting.
There's like some, there's a little stalker action happening.
It's a little dark.
It's a little dark. Before dark was like a thing. Yeah. So now people would read it and be like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously someone's trying to kill her.
I certainly didn't start it thinking that was coming.
No, you don't think that there's like a guy that's like, hey, out in the woods watching them, like, I'm going to rape and kill that girl probably.
Like, what?
Yeah. But, there's like one of those like, in bed, hands start roaming while you're sleeping kind of things. And, loved it. It was a spicy book before spicy books were like a thing. So
listen, it's going to have its resurgence. I just saw it.
This is by Jennifer L. Armentrout, but she went by another name at the time. She went by Jaylyn because she wanted to be able to write two different genres. So
I actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I wonder what... Does it just say Jennifer Armentrout
on the new one? Probably, because I feel like she's such a known for that name
because
now.
People will just buy it for her name.
Yeah. So if it's like out now, I may have to buy it because the old cover was rough. Yeah, you were like, Janelle, I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah, it just says frigid on it. That's all it is. It's like a very discreet cover.
Listen, I've been reading that girl for a long time. Highly recommend that one if we're going, like, it's a little old school romance.
But why not I just read this next one, I'll Be Gone for Christmas. It's very quick, by Georgia Boone, and it is giving The Holiday.
Yeah. Oh, like the movie The Holiday.
The movie The Holiday.
I was The Holiday, that's what we're talking about.
So it follows there's two POVs, both of the women, Bee and Clover, and they swap homes for Christmas.
Cute.
Over this app.
Love.
And the city girl escapes to the country girl goes to the city, and
oh my God, that's exactly.
Yeah, and it's very cozy, it's very heartwarming. There is spice in it, and it was really cute.
That's really like cute. The beauty of reading a holiday book is like, give me cozy. Like I just read 12 Dates of Christmas by Jenny Bayless, and it's literally like every movie you've seen on Hallmark.
Yeah.
Like literally she has to go through a dating agency and they set her up with 12 different guys, 12 different dates, because their whole like gimmick is they can find you a date before the holidays.
You know, I think I started that one and didn't finish it. Was it good?
Yeah. Like she also like, you know, she's got her like life together, and she also works like a side job with her best friend Matt at a bakery, who might just be the guy that's like been in front of her the whole time, but as she goes on these dates, they're disastrous. They get worse and worse and worse each time. So it literally, I feel like as I'm reading it, I was like, I feel like I've seen this before in the best way.
Yeah, it's very comfortable.
Like, how many things can you do with a Christmas movie? Absolutely. You know what I mean? So if you're looking to experience comedy with your Christmas, that's a good one.
Oh, nice. Maybe I'll have to pick it back up.
Speaking of like comedy though, I think we both read The Plight Before Christmas.
Yes, I just finished that one.
I did too.
That was pretty good.
I liked it. That was also giving very like Christmas Vacation.
Yes.
Clark Griswold.
Absolutely.
Vibes.
This girl, she gets passed up for a promotion right before the holidays. She's going away for a week with her family to their cabin, and she gets there, her car dies. Like she's just in.
It's like disaster mode. Like everything just keeps happening.
She's not happy, and her brother shows up with a guest who is her ex-boyfriend, who is literally like the one that she has held a torch for her whole life. Yeah. even though it went so horribly, and now she's stuck. And now for she's stuck for a week with this guy. What could go wrong? Yeah, and what could go right? You know, so much. You get all the side stories of all the family, and
I do love. So Kate Stewart writes this one. I do love how she. I love how she writes. I don't know. She's another one that cracks me up, and
yes, funny.
A lot of these I have found are true rom-com.
Yeah.
Like, not just like, romance. Like, no. I need the calm with the rom.
No, like when there's a point that, this is not a spoiler, a baby shits all over.
Correct.
The main guy. Mm-hmm. And he's like, you can visualize it. He's literally dry heaving and just has it.
It kind of reminds me of like, have you seen the movie Four Christmases? Yeah. It's like the same thing when she just gets like thrown up on. I love when those kind of moments are put into it, because if you've been around children, you can so easily visualize these things.
In the smell. Oh,
amazing. Well, amazing. Okay, what else?
Another one I put on my list to read is called The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year by Allie Carter.
Oh my God, I'm looking at the cover.
And it's cute. Like, the way they market it is very like Knives Out, but Christmas. Yeah. So, two mystery writers get snowed in at an English estate. They get invited there by this famous host, and then the host disappears. And so these rivals have to become allies as they race to solve the mystery.
Love it.
And I feel like it's a nice little deviation from
the norm. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
What else do we have? Okay, what's the holiday honeymoon switch?
That's another one that's on my list. And these two girls, listen, it's just on I don't know if it's good or not. Okay. It's by Julia McKay. Two girls swap vacations. One goes to the Hudson Valley, and the other one takes her best friend's Hawaiian honeymoon. So I'm guessing that a wedding didn't happen.
Correct.
If someone's taking the honeymoon.
Yeah.
There's exes involved and rivals, and
I I love anything where they're swapping places.
I love swapping places. I think because I love the holidays
I love the holidays so much. And I've always wanted to do that. Like, I've always wanted to go and stay in someone's house and, like, pretend that I'm living there and not just, like, in a hotel. Yeah. Like, I want the real experience. And I suppose that's why Airbnbs exist now. But...
Correct.
But I just love the, like, idea of, like, jumping into someone's life. Not just, like, renting out their place, but being like, oh.
That's like with that other one, that is more, I would call that more like the holiday. Like, she meets this girl's dad, and, like, she's, like, out on the farm, like, helping. Yes,
I want to go to the place
town.
that you go to. And you're like, I want to live your life.
And then they become friends, you know. You
ingrain
yourself in their life.
Do you think you could survive in a small town?
It's a great question.
All right? Because I'm always like, I want to go to a small town, but then, like, what happens when I want to go to Target?
I think we would adjust eventually. Yeah. You like get used to a slower way of life.
Yeah.
My issue is, what if there are people I don't like?
Yeah.
What if it's not a cozy, cute,
correct,
quirky small town?
Correct, because I've lived in, like, big city, like New York City. Yeah. I've lived in suburbs. Yeah. But small town, I don't know. And they're adorable to read about, but could I live there? I could vacation there.
Yeah.
Could I live there? I don't know.
I know, but there's something to be said about, like, living in a community where everyone
absolutely
just, comes together.
Everyone comes together. Everyone knows your business.
Yeah.
All the good and the bad.
Yeah.
But again, what if you don't like them? What if they're all the opposite, like, morals of you?
Yeah, I mean...
What if they're all Trumpers?
Oh, gosh. Trouble. I would have to move.
Correct.
Which is why I have always, in my mind, been like, imagine if we just lived in a city. Like, I used to always imagine, like, what if I was that mom that was pushing a stroller in the middle of a city? And then I'm like, this would be awful. I think I would not like it.
Yeah, but, when I lived in the city, I was not a parent yet. But I don't know. I can't.
There's an aspect to it that seems glamorous.
Yeah. For sure. Sure. Okay, what else is on our list?
Oh.
What is Christmas in Coconut Creek? Did you read that?
Oh, yep. That was a probably smut last year. This is on Kindle Unlimited. And it is... I read this last December. So let me take some cobwebs off my brain. I want to say there was a really bad breakup. This girl decides to... not spend Christmas with her family and instead go to visit her best friend who lives in Florida. Mm-hmm. And she meets her best friend's boyfriend, his best friend. They're at a bar, that. I think there's fake dating. There is... he's going to teach her in the bedroom.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it was spicy. It was very spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this was like my first book from them, and all of them have lived up to the Chili Pepper hype.
Sure.
For sure. So if you want that, if you're looking for smut, Christmas in Coconut Creek.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good to know. Yeah. More spicy than Meghan?
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm here for it. Let's get it on.
Yeah.
You do have a few Hanukkah recommendations.
Yeah. So I'm trying to just, make a list. So for myself,
make a list and check it twice. Yeah.
And there's a few Hanukkah books that I feel like I should just, why not give some love to the other holidays going on?
Correct.
8 Nights to Win Her Heart by Mary White. This came out in October. And it says... Andy's lonely holiday changes when Leo, her longtime secret admirer, invites her to celebrate the first night of Hanukkah. Over 8 cozy evenings, sparks fly as they share meals and fall for each other.
Adorable.
But will her potential move dim their blossoming romance? There's always a timeline on it.
Always a timeline.
Yeah.
And one's always having to move for work.
It's always, how are we going to mesh our lives together?
And then they fall in love in the span of like a couple days, and they're like, just
8 days,
kidding.
8 nights.
I'm going to either move for you or I'm not going to take the job.
Correct.
And I'm always like, what?
I'm like, wow, that...
But as a viewer, I also want to see a happy ending. So
Absolutely.
I don't care how we get there.
I will believe in insta-love.
I don't care how we get there.
Absolutely.
Yep,
Great. Make it work.
Oh my God, the title of this.
Love You, Alatka by Amanda Elliott.
Sold by the
Right,
title alone.
right, and the cover's really cute.
Yeah.
Abby needs help planning her town's Hanukkah festival, and Seth, her annoyingly charming customer, has the connections. Their fake relationship sparks real feelings as they navigate winter adventures together. Oh my god, I love it.
There's
definitely snow and ice skating and
There's
sledding.
something about fake dating that just gets me every time. And I know it's always the same, like, things, but I don't care. I don't care. I want a fake date.
I want to know if it happens in real life.
All I can say is I've only role played it, and it's still fun to role play.
Listen,
I'm just gonna say that.
Fake date. It works. It works every time.
Every time.
You know what I mean?
But I do really want to hear from someone that's fake dated in real life, and it worked out. Like, did you end up together? Or did it totally ruin your friendship and you guys weren't friends anymore?
If we had a radio show, someone could call in.
Caller.
Yeah.
Like,
Caller
I
number
need
1.
to know this has to be done, especially in college. I feel like this has to be a thing where you're like, oh my god, my parents are coming for Parents Week.
And I'm convinced that no one enters a fake dating contract without some level of they already like that person.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And I'm talking like fake dating, not just like, hey, I'm going to tell my mom that we're dating, but we're not. No,
Correct.
I want you to have to pretend.
Yes.
I want you to have to go in front of the other friends or parents or whatever and actually have to pretend to be together.
Yes. I want you to have to show up to the holidays.
Yes.
And I want you to have to sell it.
And I want you to tell me
the conversation of like, so how are we gonna
what's
kiss?
our backstory? Like, what are the rules? What are the rules here? And I need this. And
then something happens when no one's around. And it's like, is this still real?
Are we still role-playing? Are we still pretending? Or is this really happening? Oh God, I love that. I love when the guy takes that moment of fake dating to like, he's like, I'm gonna show her. I'm gonna kiss her. I'm gonna touch her in all the right places. Oh.
Especially when we get a dual POV and you can see that the guy he's already fallen.
Yes. It makes me want to watch like To All the Boys I've Loved Before again.
I loved that.
Me too.
Oh my god.
Me too. Is that all the things, or do we have? Wait. Same Time Next Year by Tessa Bailey.
That's a novella. What we didn't put on here is the other book by Tessa Bailey, which I won't recommend. The other holiday one that we read last year for book club.
Yeah.
But Same Time Next Year, I feel like it's super spicy, but I felt like it was short enough that it was palatable. Like, I didn't get annoyed. Like, I sometimes get annoyed with her books. And this is a girl has a half-brother on a professional hockey team. One of the hockey players, he needs to marry an American to keep his eligibility to play and stay in the country.
Yeah.
And so they get married on New Year's Eve, and they say they're going to reassess same time next year. So they do everything in reverse.
Yeah, of course.
And since it's a novella, it all happens very quickly.
That's the best part about a novella.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to wait.
You're going to get the payoff.
Give me the payoff immediately.
Yeah.
It's like watching a movie.
Yeah.
That's the best with a novella. Cool.
Little episode. And then the last one I have on here is Holiday Star by Melissa Diamond. I read that last year. I think she just came out with, or is coming out with, another one. I don't know if it's the same. I don't know if it's the same world. The covers look the same, so it might be just like a spin-off. But this is a doctor goes on sabbatical, and she is staying at her dad's house while they're doing renovations. And this celebrity he's trying to escape the spotlight, and he ends up at the house.
Yeah.
And they're enemies, and then they're not, and it all happens within the house because he can't like be out of the house. And
yeah, that just reminded me of another Christmas book I just read. It's by Lucy Score called Christmas Fix, and she is a star, like the main character.
Yeah.
She's a reality star, and a hurricane ruins the town of Mary, which is obviously a town that's got a big Christmas celebration. But like the single dad, Noah, he's like, no, I don't
A
like
lot
you.
of biblical names here.
Yeah, he's like, no, I don't like you and the drama that you bring. And she's like, I'm going to show you. And so she like comes and she's like, I'm going to do my show and I'm going to fix your town. It's all third point of view though. And I had a hard time, especially with the holiday one. I want to be in your brain and I want to be like kicking and screaming, like giggling. This is funny. So I struggled with that one, but I know a lot of people really love Lucy's score. So if she's your jam, you might want to check it out. It's new this year, so I read it. It just was a struggle for me to get through it because I just wanted to be in the
sometimes
brain.
third person
But also,
works really well.
there were some names in the book that took me out. Like when you're like, I don't like someone with that name.
Yeah.
And so like reading about someone with that name, you're like, I can't do it. Mm-hmm. It's the same way that I struggle if I'm reading a rom-com, like or a spicy book, and the son, like the guy's name is the same as my son. I'm like, I can't do this. Yeah. I did make it through a book with Everly, but it wasn't as spicy. No, thank God.
It's like she knew.
And it actually was the funniest book Meghan Quinn has written. But thank God. I was like, I don't know if I can do this. But yeah, I actually have a lot on my list to read this year as we go into the holiday season. I have a lot of the like fantasy ones. Like I have A Court of Sugar and Spice that I really, really want to read, which is a Nutcracker, like modern Nutcracker retelling.
That recommended a lot.
And the cover is like beautiful. And I have The Night Market and Frost, and of course my go-to Christmas book is A Court of Frost and Starlight by S.J.M. Like it's I have to.
As you should.
It's the one I wait for closer to Christmas. Yeah. Like when it's like cold. Because we live in Florida. It's not cold. I have to fake the cold
There's
here.
a handful of days.
Yes. And it's usually after Christmas that those days happen. I have to fake the cold. I have to turn the air on and like put candles on, maybe a fireplace on YouTube. Yeah. Like I gotta fake it.
Once it's darker out, absolutely.
I gotta have the Christmas lights on.
The ambiance is very important.
Correct. When do you put your Christmas tree up?
Tomorrow. Maybe November 1st?
Yeah. I mean, it'll probably be this weekend for me.
It'll either be this weekend or it might be a good election week distraction. I haven't decided.
That could be. Well, I'm excited to jump into this season. I don't know any Thanksgiving books. So if anybody has any Thanksgiving books, I'll just be here reading Christmas. Yeah. Because I don't know any that are like take place around things. Same with like movies. I know one Thanksgiving movie.
I'm reading one right now that it's definitely like Halloween is just about to happen and I'm only 30% of the way through the book, so maybe there's potential.
Yes, but like there are books where we like go through Thanksgiving, but like are there any that revolve around the Thanksgiving get together? I don't know. Same with movies. I literally know one Thanksgiving movie. So if you have any movies, shows, anything that is Thanksgiving geared, that like couple days, I'm like, Thanksgiving. Yeah. But then I'm back to
Give
Christmas.
Me a good rom-com with like Thanksgiving and like Black Friday shopping, like
right,
you know what I
mean? And like the like having to come together with your family, the arguments that happen. Like,
I feel like there's a lot of potential there.
Correct.
Timeline with you're going back, you're getting on a plane on Sunday. You know what I mean? Potential's there.
I'm just saying. Anywho, that's that. Also, if you are down to do a reread of Fourth Wing, or you want to read it for the first time, we are breaking down the Fourth Wing books 5 chapters at a time, and we're doing this, and then we'll do it for Onyx Storm, Iron Flame, leading up to the Onyx Storm release. We have been waiting to do this, and as I've been rereading it, like, you're gonna want to tune in. I feel like I'm
reading with a closer eye now. And
yes, this is I think my 4th time reading Fourth Wing, and I'm looking at it because we're dissecting it.
Yes.
So now I don't know if this might. We might spoil some things. So this might be something you want to reread. Because we're going to be going into theories. Yeah. So this is your sign right now to. If you want to read 5 chapters at a time with us, or just tune in for our thoughts and theories and do it with us.
Yeah, watch us make the board and connect all the lines.
Our murder board of theories. Yeah. Join us. Join us next week as we jump into fourth one.
Chapter 1 through 5.
Let's go. Until then, happy holidays. Welcome to the holiday
welcome
season.
Officially. Woohoo!
We're there. You might not be there till after Thanksgiving, but we're already here.
But we're here.
We're here.
So.
We're here to stay for the next 2 months. So let's go. Thanks, and we'll see you next time. Bye.